Finally, the Lakers get a much needed win after a rough patch of games, helped in large part by D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura as they had big contributions, along with Anthony Davis, who was great again in the absence of LeBron James. But this could be a good thing for the Lakers, especially with a few days off on the schedule. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. And before we get into that game recap we have for you, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already to get those Laker updates. Now, with that out of the way, let's hop straight into that game recap as the Lakers get back on track. So the Lakers, who have lost 7 out of their last 9 games and they were losers of 3 straight, all on the road, come back to downtown LA against the Portland Trailblazers, a team which they should take care of business against, and they did that, winning 108-97, due in large part to 3 guys really standing out, and that was D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and Anthony Davis. Those 3 guys led the way for them as AD had 30 and 11 in that one. D'Lo had 28 points, and Rui Hachimura had 23 points to go along with 4 steals. He was actually really good defensively for the Lakers. But all of those guys really helped take command of this game for the Los Angeles Lakers. And there were points in the game where they were leading as much as 17, 18, 19 points. And that was due in large part to some of their defensive runs led by finishing out the play with guys like D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura really filling it up on the offensive side of the ball. So let's take a look at all of those stats there for the Los Angeles Lakers. As, like I said, Anthony Davis was tremendous. 30 points, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, and 5 block shots. He was really controlling the paint there for the Lakers. And then Rui Hachimura, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals, was really contributing on the defensive end. He was a plus 31 in the plus minus department. And then off that bench there, D'Angelo Russell had 28 points to go along with 14 assists and 5 made 3-pointers. And he had a plus 28 in the plus minus department. So he was really contributing in that aspect as well. So those 3 guys really took command of things for the Los Angeles Lakers and were a big reason why they were able to secure the win against the Portland Trailblazers. While there was some ebb and flows in that game where the Lakers kind of started off pretty slow in that first quarter, they were actually down as much as 6 points, but then they outscored the Trailblazers 37-17 in that second quarter. That's where guys like Rui Hachimura really started to make his mark on the game. Even Cam Reddish, Gabe Vincent, guys were really getting in the passing lanes, getting a lot of steals. The Lakers had a lot of steals in this game. Rui Hachimura led the way with 4, but each guy really contributed in that category. And that is great to see for a Laker team that struggled defensively for most of the year. And albeit Portland isn't the greatest offensive team, they do have some nice players over there. Guys like Jeremy Grant, guys like Anthony Simons, those guys like Shading Sharp. Those guys can really fill it up at points in time. But they were just really struggling to get anything against this Laker defense that played probably some of its best defense in quite some time. I want to say since that OKC game they had back here at home before they went on the road trip. So the Lakers were able to cobble together a much needed win and in a much important time, especially when you didn't have 2 out of the 3 of your main scorers, and that was LeBron James and Austin Reaves. And Austin Reaves has been out for some time since taking that big fall. And then LeBron James did not play against the Portland Trailblazers because he was out with foot soreness. But that could be a benefit, and I'll let you guys know later in the video. But just the Lakers just really took care of business. Love to see a guy like Rui Hachimura have the game he had. Part of it could have been he had his countryman in the building there. He had Shohei Ohtani. Everybody knows him, Dodger player, just won a championship, and he's just living a good life right now. And so he came over to the Laker game and really probably ignited a guy like Rui Hachimura, who those guys have a nice friendship for each other. Both of these guys have been in LA for quite some time, so it's just only not too surprising that these 2 guys know each other and really root for one another. So Rui Hachimura had a great game, and then another guy, D'Angelo Russell, after having not too many good games here this early parts of the season, due in large part to him being on the bench, but he was a big contributor off the bench, especially when you don't have two out of your main playmakers, and that's LeBron James and Austin Reaves. So D'Angelo Russell was able to step in and be able to play make for the Lakers, really set up a lot of guys for easy buckets, guys like Cam Reddish, guys like Dalton Connect, guys like Anthony Davis, to really give them a lot of easy looks, and he was a real solidifying factor for the Lakers in the in the half court, because he's a guy that can really create not only for himself because he was able to hit 5 3 pointers, but also be a guy to set up other guys for easy looks. So D'Angelo Russell had probably his best game of the season here for the Los Angeles Lakers, and they needed this in this effort to take care of business against the Portland Trailblazers, albeit they're not one of the better teams in the Western Conference. But you need to stack wins, especially in this Western Conference that can be very tough, especially with a lot of movement and a lot of things going on from top to down, bottom in the conference. There is probably about 11 to 12 teams that can viably be fighting for a playoff spot here. So the Lakers cannot find ways to lose games, especially against some of these lower level teams like the Portland Trailblazers. But the Lakers were also without LeBron James and Austin Reaves, and I think this was actually sort of a good time for those guys to miss this game miss this game to both together, as both of them sat out this game. So that leads me to my next topic here, as a few days off for the Lakers. So the Lakers now, after beating the Portland Trailblazers, do not play next until Friday, and that is in Minnesota due to the rescheduled games because of the NBA Cup. So since it's NBA Cup week, they're all going to be in Vegas. Actually, the first couple of games will be in each team's home arena, but then they'll go into Vegas later in the week. And the NBA has put their scheduling just slightly bit different. So a lot of teams do not have games this week, and that is the Lakers included. So with all of these days off, this can be a good time for the Lakers to really get right, because JJ Redick spoke to it a little bit after the or excuse me before the game, as with LeBron James not sitting out. So this is what he said about LeBron, and he said he has an opportunity to get 4 days rest before we practice again. So it could be good for him. And that is coming straight from the coach, as LeBron James is about to turn 40 here, actually, in the next couple of weeks. So a few days off can be beneficial, especially when it's in the middle of the NBA season. It can give a guy like LeBron James time to rest and recuperate and just get some things right, as the Lakers were on that road trip, and it was a very rough road trip, losing big in Minnesota and also losing big once again in their next game. So, and also having that heartbreaking loss against the Atlanta Hawks to finish out that road trip. So all these factors can contribute to the Lakers and their whole injury woes, because a good amount of their front court players are still out right now. They're still using two-way players to back up Anthony Davis, and that is Christian Koloko and Armand Trammell. Koloko did have a nice game for the Lakers, but you don't want to continue using some of these two-way guys, as you can only use them for a set amount of games. And so hopefully we can get some news and some traction about some of the guys who have been out. Yes, we already got some updates on Jared Vanderbilt, but another guy that who hasn't been playing games well is Austin Reaves. So hopefully he can be another guy to get right as well. Redick spoke to it after the Lakers game here, and he just said the reality is we're banged up. And that is true for the Los Angeles Lakers, because, like I said, all of their front court players out. Austin Reaves was hurt. LeBron James isn't 100%. Anthony Davis isn't either 100% with his plantar fasciitis that he's been dealing with. So the Lakers are all kind of like nicked up and bruised here in this early parts of the season. So these games, or these days off, should be big for the Lakers to really help rest up and also implement some things and get back on the same page when it comes to your offensive and defensive schemes, because it seems like the Lakers at some points would look lost as a team. So this can be a good day to get practice, film sessions in about things that you're trying to do on the basketball court. And the Lakers will have this whole entire week here, and hopefully they can get some good news for LeBron James and Austin Reaves so they can come back sooner rather than later. And hopefully we can see an update here on a guy like Christian Wood, as he hasn't played this entire season, and he's due for another update here in, I believe, either in the next week or so. But that is probably going to be it for this video. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below of how you guys think D'Angelo Russell and Rui Hachimura played in this game. And do you think this week off can be beneficial for this Los Angeles Lakers team, albeit with all their injuries and nicks and bruises? Let us know in the comments down below. And just do one more thing for us, guys. There is about 83% of y'all who are not subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want those Laker updates, Laker news, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you don't miss any of that action. Now, I've been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.